All right, so we got another project here. We are going to build some more rabbit stands for the rabbits in the hay barn. I forgot my tripod at the racetrack. Been doing a lot of filming there, so we're just going to kind of do some progress pictures. So, going to build 4 stands, stack 2 cages on top of each other, and we'll go from there. So, got our wood cut and getting ready to put them together. Got 4 of them done. There's 3 of them here. There's 1 of them over in the barn because it started to rain a little bit. So next thing I need to do is measure the inside width and then put supports in there, because these are actually 3 cages bolted together. So we need to have some support for the 2 center beams. So we'll get that measured out and we'll get them completed. And then I'm still not sure how we're gonna stack them on top of each other. Also bought some guttering. It's in the back of the truck. So what we'll do is we'll stack, cage will be on here. This poop will fall to the ground, but the cage that's on top, gonna get some plastic sheeting or plastic like siding, and it'll run down into the guttering, and then the poop rabbit shit will fall into a bucket, and then we'll use it for the garden, or we'll sell it because it's kind of valuable to sell. So need to measure my inside structures and then figure out how I'm going to put feet on there and then how high. So we're getting close. Wind's starting to blow. It's starting to get kind of nasty out. But 3 of the structures are done, so I can assemble 2 of them for sure. I'll have to wait because we put the cages in on top of one of these. Just to kind of keep it up off the ground. We're trying to clean the poop out of the cages. So I got 1 in there. Need to put the middle structures on it, and then I can assemble the second one. So now it's about height. We got to figure out how tall it needs to be, and then we can go from there. I can build at least 1 set of them. So that's our next task. Had to get me a couple more screws. So I'm almost done with number 1 here. I got to screw that lower piece on, and then this one will be done. This is also this is the screws I like to use, Simpson Strong Ties for the deck. They've been awesome. I love the Torx stuff. I'm not a brand person. I just mostly have DeWalt. But these are awesome. It's also an 88. Going to be an 88 screw project instead of 70. So that's why I buy 2 at a time. I always overbuy everything when I go to the hardware store. So we're going to get this one done, and then we will move on to the second one. But 1 of them is done. So it's looking good. It's looking tight. Pretty square. Everything's pretty level and square. It's good enough. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for what we're going to do. I mean, I say it's not perfect. That's what I mean. I mean, it's not bad, but it's also it's not dead on. Good enough for what we're going to do, and it's good enough for building it out here on the old shop floor, parking spaces in front of the shop. So, not bad. I forgot to video this, but the chicks are in. We're down to 103 meat birds, and then the little black one running around, he's an egg layer. So for every 100 we got 1 egg layer as like a surprise or whatever. So we had 1 die this morning, which is normal for the meat birds. They grow so fast, their body just sometimes can't do it. So we bought 25% more than we wanted to have. We are splitting this with a friend. But, so we're down to 103 meat birds. And then, of course, we have the 1 layer chick that will, once that gets old enough, it'll be out with the rest of the flock and start producing eggs. So this is not as many as we originally bought. We originally bought 200, but because of everything going on, they would only sell us 100 of them right now. And then, of course, it's just, can't get exactly 100 of them, so they just kind of put a few in there. That's what they told us. So lost one today, RIP. So we're down to 103 meat birds, and then we got the one layer chick with it. So could be a rooster, could be a layer. They don't really know, so guess we'll find out too. But if it is a rooster, he's probably not going to survive. We already got 3 of them. We don't need another one. So while we're doing the rabbit cages, forgot to update. Meat birds are in. All right, she's looking good. 9 inches off the ground, so it'll allow for all the poop to drop, and then we can pick this up and move it wherever we need to. And then what's going to happen for the ones that are on the top, we're going to get some clear plastic. It doesn't have to be clear, but it's going to be plastic sheeting, and we're going to run it at an angle down, and I have some guttering, so the poop will fall into the guttering. Poop and pee will fall into the gutter, and then it'll run down to the end, and it'll like, you know, imagine a bucket right there. So that is the plan. Looks good. I think it looks real good. Get them up off the ground. These are still a little low, so you have to bend down and get to those 3 rabbits. So just imagine there's a rabbit here, rabbit here, rabbit here. 3 cages, they're put together. They're 8 feet long, about 30 inches wide, and they're 19 inches tall, 18 inches tall. So pretty big cages. Some of them, we do have babies that were born probably coming up on a month and a half ago. So one of them's done. We're still cleaning the cages, but these are going to be inside, so I'm not going to paint it. It's all heat treated wood. 2 screws for everything. So of course I go in there at an angle. I got them offset, you know, try to do what I can. I'm not a carpenter, not a home builder or anything, so I do the best I can. So I think it looks good, and it'll work. So we'll have to get this one out there and get the cages up on it, and still have to get the sheeting that goes under the top ones. I do have the guttering. I bought it today when I bought my screws. So I don't know, looks good. I think it looks good. Looks good for someone that's not really a builder of stuff. I've been building some of these rabbit cages for a while, since we've had the rabbits, but now we just need to get it out to the hay barn, get it kind of level. It's really uneven out in the hay barn for all the dirt and stuff, so I need to get it out there and get it leveled out. Then we'll put the cages on there once we get them cleaned out. Trying to get some of the siding stuff. It's really expensive at the store, so we're going to try to find it on like Facebook Marketplace or something. And yeah, that's all we got. So that's all I got for right now. Appreciate everyone watching. It's been a while since I posted anything. It's been real busy with race season and everything going on. So been doing that 2 times a week at the races. Plus I do a podcast. So 3 days a week with racing stuff, and haven't been doing much here at the old Homestead. So got this project today. We're gonna get it probably knocked out tomorrow, finished up tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So see you guys later. Thanks. All right, so there it is. One of them is assembled. So these are all females, and then of course there is some babies in here. Can't really focus on them, but some babies in this one. So I actually made this a little too perfect. It was exactly the right size. I needed to space it out a little bit, so on the next ones I'll have to space it. But these need to get cleaned out still, kind of packed up with poop. So we'll clean them tomorrow and assemble the other one tomorrow, because obviously they're sitting on the bases. So we'll finish it up tomorrow, but it looks really good. So we'll put these boys on the bottom there. These girls up on the top on the next one, that'll go right there. So I'll have to move the mower, pull behind mower, and put the other one right there. And then we'll consolidate. So there's 2 bunnies in this cage, and and then there's there's only 2 bunnies in a 4. There's 2 bunnies in a 3 spot cage here. There's 2 bunnies in a 4 spot cage over there. So we'll take those 2, we'll put them in there. We're going to try to breed them. If one of the females doesn't breed, then that female will get slaughtered. The 4 cage will go away. We'll convert the 3, have them all in one spot. It's a lot going on, but that's what we got going on. So, until tomorrow. Second one is built. So, I had to put me a little shim in here. So this shim. So I made these exactly the same size as these cages, except for they expand a little bit when you pick them up. So put this spacer in there so they'll slide right in. So mamas and babies all across the top. We're gonna go to try to find us some plastic corrugated sheeting. Idea is to have the sheeting underneath here. It drops down at an angle, and all the pee and poop goes down into some guttering, and the guttering goes down into a 5-gallon bucket. That's the plan. So they love it up here. They can see their cages are cleaned out. That's always a positive. So not too shabby, not too shabby. These are all males. These are all the boys here. So they're enjoying a little bit of sunlight and hanging out. We cleaned out their cages. Not fully, there's some spots need to get cleaned out, but almost done. So we got to get some sheeting to put underneath, so when we put the boys underneath one of them, then the girls aren't peeing on them. So that's the next adventure. All right, so we're back on the rabbit cage project today. I bought this corrugated plastic sheet last night. But my son and I had a little monster truck event to go to, so I bought this, came home, and then we left for the monster truck. So cutting it up, I've already got some of it cut up, and then I'm going to finish it up and put it on the bottom. Right now we only have the 2 rabbit cages on the top, so I'm just going to do the top of them. And then the idea is the pee and the poop will run down this into the gutter. That will be at an angle. It'll all fall into a bucket at the end. Rabbit shit has a value. You can sell it. People love it for their gardens, things like that. We organically feed these rabbits. We feed them pretty good food. They are meat rabbits, so they get pretty good protein going, so they can build up, and then we, of course, butcher them. But so the poop is good for gardening, a lot of stuff. So we're going to try to separate some of that and then sell it off. And then we're going to, of course, use it for our own garden, our own home here, as I'm going to do a little yard project here towards the end of the summer, getting ready for the fall time. So finish cutting this up, and then we'll take it over there and get it mounted and figure out how to put this guttering up there so it'll all drain into a bucket. It's kind of the plan today. So see what happens. Well, had to end up taking the rabbits off the top to be able to get the board in there, but right now I just have it screwed along the back of it, and then the front is just kind of free hanging. And then I got this, I can back up enough, it's at an angle. I poured some water on there and it does go down. Bucket to collect will be right there. So right now this is how I got it. I don't know, this is a permanent solution. That gutter is pretty cheap. It's only like 10 foot's like $7. So if I had to buy, and I have another one, so if I mess this one up, it's fine. I can get it, of course, just get another one or use the other one that I have. So the gutter's $7. Each one of these little hangers are $3, which is wild to me. But so I got the hangers in there and I got them screwed so they don't move around, using some little eyelets and then an adjustable zip tie type thing. So I think it'll be okay. Like I said, we might need a little adjustment on it, but so far not too shabby. So everyone's left though. Now I have no help to get the rabbits back on top. So once we do get those rabbits, which is all girls and babies, or female rabbits and then babies, we'll put that up there, and then the boys will go down here. Then they won't get peed on. So we're making progress. We're getting there. But now I'm kind of stuck because I don't have anyone to help me put the cages back up there. So yeah, it's not too shabby for not knowing what I'm doing. No like real plans or anything. This is kind of all in my head. My wife's kind of giving me ideas of stuff she wants, and I'm just trying to make it happen. I'm not really a home builder or anything like that, so I'm doing the best I can, but this is where we're at right now. So it's not looking too shabby, and it drains pretty good, which I'm happy with. So go from there. So hopefully they get back soon. We can put them up there, put them on the bottom, and that'll kind of clean everything up around here. All right, so had a little delay of a few days. Finally got all the cages up there. The 3 that are full of rabbits, they are up there. Still have one cage that is over here that we need to transfer the 2 from there into here, and then we'll put them down here. But so far the drip not quite right. I need to go down some more because it's not falling into the bucket like I thought it was going to. A little bit has, as you can see. It's kind of working and needs washed out, but that's where we're at right now. So finished it up yesterday after a little couple day delay, but it's much better. So there we go. Almost a finished project.